welcome back to another Real Talk Reaction. The last Real Talk Reaction for Parks and Recreation. This is season 7, episode number 13, the series finale, unfortunately. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. Tell a friend and tell a friend. We've done it. We've made it to the end thanks to you guys. Please hit the notification bell as well. Alright? It helps the algorithm. It really does. This is it. Take it away, baby.
Alright, just a couple comments from the last episode, starting with we had executive producers coming through on this episode.
That's what I'm talking about. Big up, shout out to all the executive producers out there. This is the last show.
So, executive producer JoJo says, there are no words for how well this show does its final episodes. Total victory lap. I can only imagine the tears on set. Well, there's plenty over here, I promise ya. Random thought, have we ever told you guys about the fan theory that I can never remember how to say his name correctly. John Ralphio was adopted and that his birth father was Steve Harrington from Stranger Things. Makes sense, doesn't it? The hair, the swagger. I love that. That is such a great theory. I am about it and I co-sign it and I agree because, yes, that makes sense to me. What about you?
Who's the dad of Stranger Things?
No, not the dad. The guy that was with the girl that worked in the ice cream shop. Remember he had long hair?
Okay, yeah.
And remember that's from like the 80s or whatever, and that's his
dad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right, then executive producer guy says, maybe you got this right away, but I myself didn't the first time I saw the episode, so I'll mention it just in case. The celebration for Gary becoming mayor, the gladiators, the choir, the balloon, was what Tom had paid for his original proposal to Lucy. I didn't get that. That's adorable. So that is adorable. I was already bawling my eyes out, so I didn't need the extra information, but it does add more to it. When he suddenly decided to keep it simple, Leslie and media repurposed everything, including a quick trip to the high-stakes world of banner making for Gary's inauguration. I love that! Thank you, Del Guy, for that insight.
Very good.
Alright, executive producer Melanie says, as JoJo mentioned, this show ends in a total victory lap for the actors, the writers, the entire crew, and for us, the fans. I love the ending of the show. It is so perfect. I cannot watch it without crying. I think they did a fantastic job. I'm so glad you guys stuck with the show. I was just rewatching the reactions and seeing how we all warned you that the first season was an absolute mess. Ha ha ha. And seeing you both being like, man, I hope they go somewhere with this.
You gotta watch them back.
Yeah, made me laugh so hard. I also have
I hope they go somewhere with this.
I also have noticed that RJ was predicting how the show would go, and J. Robert was trying to find some redeemable qualities, but it was so clear you guys were like, why the F would they recommend?
Not too many jokes in that episode, and like Babe said, did not feel like a season finale, did it?
It did.
Did not leave you with like, come on back next season, if we have a next season.
I mean, it's neither here or there for me. I'm more interested in getting to season 2. You guys all have warned us. You guys told us that this is not when it gets good.
Yes.
We hope you stick around and wait for us to get to the good stuff.
I mean, a lot of misses, a couple hits right there, man. I see the potential though. The writers are gonna, once they tighten up what they're trying to do.
Or like where they want to go and exactly how they want.
And how all the characters, what they're supposed to be doing. Like, it's got potential to be fun.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to see where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
So I take you guys' word, season 2.
For sure. Yeah.
I appreciate that you stuck with it. I found you guys because of this show and became a patron after the second season started on YouTube. I'm so glad this brought me to y'all's fantastic reactions. Much love, and I hope you all like the end as much as I did. You're making me cry right now. That was an incredible comment.
Loved it.
Seriously.
I'm glad you found us. That's what's up.
Seriously, I love the comparison to the early reactions though, because that is such our take on some things. Yeah.
It was tough.
And we try to be supportive and like, we know you picked it for a reason, but sometimes we're like, that was really sweet. That was really sweet. All right, last comments from Eric, who says, on most shows, giving Gary his name back would be the best ending you could hope for. that character to receive.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec, it's not most shows. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, they get back to it a little bit, and that's what
No, he's saying more though. Like they went above and beyond with this last episode.
Oh, true.
Like,
Yeah,
you got the name back, and then you think that's it for Gary, and now they made him mayor and did this whole thing. Yeah,
that's good. Good redemption. Stepping on his name all this time.
Man, great comments, guys.
Big ups.
I'm ready. Let's get to the final episode of Parks and Recs right now.
Got everyone to show up this early?
Well, today is the last day we'll all be together. I need to savor every...
Nice crew, buddy.
At least make it something you're proud of. Good luck, son.
It helps me when I'm sad. And I think it might just help you too.
What?
Gum. My company makes it.
Sweet.
Thanks.
That is a series wrap on Parks and Recreation.
That is a series wrap. All right, that was the series finale of Parks and Recreation, episode number 12. And what a great way to go out to show how everybody will end up in the future. And I'm glad it worked out for everybody. We even had the cameo from Chris and Ann. That was great. I'm glad they came back. I was hoping they would come back, and they did. Man, everything about it was it was a flawless victory. I mean, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. They even tried to incorporate an episode in this one right here, which they just tried to do something like a Parks and Rec thing, what they tried to do for the public. They didn't even have to do that, but it was a good way to glue it all together to see everybody doing what they got to do. Congratulations to everybody on that, especially Leslie, finally getting her dreams to come true from when she was a little kid all the way up to now, and it seems that she became either the governor or the president. You can't really tell in Gary's flashback, flash forward, because she could have just been the governor, and that's why we gotta go, at the funeral. So, but I'm guessing she probably become the president after she become governor on there, because it's just Leslie. That's what it's supposed to be. I don't know what else to say about this, but this was a fantastic ride. I don't know if I've ever been with a show that started from where it started. It was like, I don't know if I can keep up with this. Because honestly, if it wasn't for you guys, I don't think in real life I would have watched a show like this and been like, I can continue on. I just can't continue. But we did, and I'm glad we did, because from what we got to where we are now, it has turned into a fantastic show. One of my favorites, one of the best, one of the ones I can suggest to any other person in the future and be like, you should probably watch Parks and Recreation. If you like any of these characters that you see doing other things in the future, this is where it happened for them right here. And just big ups to everybody for picking it. Thank you guys again for sticking with us to the end of watching it. And I had a great time with it. Sad to see it go. But look, love watching it from the beginning all the way to now. And thank you again. Goodbye.
So well said, babe. The problem with having comments at the end of episodes like this is like, all I want to do is cry.
Yeah.
Get it together, girl. So thank you guys so much for recommending this series, though, because it did start off rocky. It was awkward. I wasn't really sure like where the show was going, but I was like, you guys obviously picked it for some reason, and I do love. All I can think is Leslie. I know that's not her actual name, but I love Leslie. So I was like, this has to go somewhere. So I'm so glad that you guys continually voted it up. So it was something that maintained rotation, because you're like, you got to commit to, you got to stay consistent with it. And this to me is probably my favorite. The only thing that could possibly compete with a series finale, in my opinion, right now, off the top of my head, is maybe The Good Place, because The Good Place had me so emotionally invested too. But as far as a season finale, as far as like a last season goes, Parks takes the cake. What they were able to do in these last 12 episodes, as far as reintroducing characters and giving you these final moments with characters that typically you only get in a finale, they sprinkled it all the way through season 7. I think season 7 as a whole is completely flawless. It was incredible. And the fact that they were able to invest so much into this final episode, yes, the final episode's long too, but they brought all the characters back and gave all the characters the way they were able to have Leslie weave through everybody's future too in such a authentic way by having them have this final plot device as far as doing one more deed, so to speak. And I love so much the touching, and that opens up their future or whatever. It was incredible. It was incredible to watch. I couldn't ask for anything more from a season finale. I didn't know that's what I was going to get. I thought it was going to be more so them just saying goodbyes. This is exactly what we always hope we can see, and what we always wish there was more of, because we don't know what happens to them after the season ends. We're I just wish I knew where they go from here. And Parks was don't worry, this is where they're going. And just that level of thinking from the writers, and I'm gonna lose it, was just so I so appreciate, because that's the biggest takeaway you always have when a series ends, is that you don't know where they're going.
Yeah.
And they address that. So I'm going to stop now because I'm going to lose it. But so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
So
Very
good. Loved it all the way through. And I'm done.
Okay. All right. Well, look. Thank you guys again for watching another Real Talk reaction for the series finale of Parks and Recreation Season 7, Episode number 12. And until next time we do it again.